I talked to someone not that long ago who'd moved away and came back, and they talked about the sense of community. Brentwood was being developed in the early 2000s, right, the big construction boom, and there was just more value. I was looking in the Tri-Valley, we were looking in Dublin, and houses were 50 years old, they were 1,400 square feet, they needed a roof and all new windows, and we came out and at the same kind of price point we found essentially new construction. That feels like a generation ago. It's been 20 years that we've been here and we raised our kids. I grew up in Fremont, right, and so like Pleasanton to Livermore, that was way out there. We drove to Livermore, got off on Vasco, headed north, and started driving through the hills. And our first thought was, where in the world are we going? All of a sudden you kind of come over that last hill and you can start to see the town laying out in front of you. I learned the business from, the backside, supporting agents, training agents, coaching agents. I learned that part of the business first before I ever went and sold a house. Nobody's ever going to click add to cart and proceed to checkout. We're not going to buy a house that way. The agent's role has changed, but I don't think that we've become any less valuable.
Dwayne with Farmers, and I gotta say, I've known Tom now for many, many years. The integrity with this man is second to none. He's very hardworking, knows this market as good as anyone could know this market.
I think budget is probably the biggest driver when you start to look at where can I afford to live. And I think when we look at those more value-oriented communities in and adjacent to the East Bay, I think Brentwood just stands out. The community's been very protective in not moving the urban limit line, so you can still just go just beyond the edge of town and find 5 and 10 acre plots, little ranchettes. Everybody from the Bay Area still comes out here every spring to pick cherries. Access to the Delta and the waterways, the Mount Diablo views and the sunset behind Mount Diablo. I mean, that's the secret that people around the East Bay don't understand, is that we've got the best view of Mount Diablo. Having to move or wanting to move is just usually one piece of the puzzle. I've done this enough that I've seen enough things that I'm going to get you through whatever challenges are out there. I think we get in and we think that this business is about houses, and you end up becoming, we end up becoming experts on homes, but that's a byproduct of kind of helping people through these changes and phases and new steps in their lives.